Hello there, and welcome to a bit of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Hope you're all having a pleasant time, and welcome to part 2. Today we're going to be continuing off with Spyro the Dragon. We are in... Oh, nice, it has the background there. Very, very nice indeed. We are in the Peacekeeper's realm, and we're going to be trying to 100% complete it. Now, we have done the skill point in that zone, so we can move straight into one of the levels. Let's see how this goes. I need to make sure as well it's playing the remastered music and not the original. So I've rendered the first part. It took me about an hour, but it does everything in Elgato rather than in Sony Vegas and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a pain, but it at least works. The camera footage doesn't look great, but I can live with it. That sounds like the original. It's not! Let's go to Dry Canyon. Now, this isn't one of my favourite levels in the game, but it is one that I really do like, and I have a much greater appreciation of. This is one of the zones I saw in Jim Sterling's Gimpressions of the game, and it looked really sodding good. So let's see if it continues to look that good here as well. Oh yeah, you can also use the right trigger to flame. Interestingly, you can't use it to charge though. Oh, mine using the L2 trigger to charge it. That'd be quite cool. I could see myself enjoying that. But now, oh, I see it centers the camera. Okay. I saw a flame on that shield. I was wondering if it was flame it. Something might be new. I don't know. I'm going to quickly put my headphones back on and we'll have a bit of a listen. Creature animations are gorgeous. Whoa. Shit. Nice that they kept the guns still. The designs are quite good as well, very much like the original Blunderbusters. They sort of make the similar noise, but not exactly the same one. Oh yeah, I couldn't get the audio right, so it's a bit too loud. But I don't want to turn it down in game because it might end up turning down the sound in the recording. There we go. Yeah, this really does sound like the original game, or at least the same style. Yeah, it's definitely the same style, and it works so well. If ever Activision were to sell the soundtrack, and I certainly hope they do. Sorry, I'm just really enjoying it. Yeah, I would absolutely buy in a heartbeat. Sorry, I have to turn it down a bit because I can barely hear myself speak. Yeah, the voice can go out. Let's see if that makes a difference. Alright, that's a bit better.
What? Huh? Oh. Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
I suppose they did a bit better than "thank you for releasing me" and leaving it at that. The Norks seem to look a lot less dopey than before, and a lot more sinister, more like, again, A Hero's Tale. I know I reference it a lot, but no, they really do seem to look more like the artists from those have done things.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
I can hear the audio coming out of the headphones, so it's not too bad. I can still let it know what's playing. So yeah, so first impressions so far, absolutely astonishing. I certainly hope the game has the energy to see this all the way through, because it is an astonishing experience. It really does feel like it doesn't feel like a fan remake or anything like that. It feels honestly just incredibly well put together. Make no mistake, I'm dead impressed by this, and I can't wait to see. And there's 2 more games yet. I mean, we're only in the second lobby, and already I'm gushing over it. I mean, I was actually quite worried that I'd be very, very critical of it, at least before I bought it. And then when I started playing the first one, I was like, the first game, I was like, well, let's see how the bosses in the 3rd game turn out. Let's see how Treetops is. Let's see how, you know, some of the challenges are. You know, how does Sheila control? How will Bentley do? You know, but yeah. I've been told that that the glitches from the original games haven't been added purposefully, like for example, double jump glitch in Spyro 2, or swimming through the air. That's not in the game. I don't know if that. I mean, I'm sure those glitches could be replicated
The
at some
young
point.
dragon I've been hearing so much about. Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known.
You've known...
I forget.
Never have I felt that I related so much to a dragon in a game before. Except the one that goes, and there used to be such a beautiful swan. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, the old glitches aren't in the game. None of the exploits are. Cheat codes are though, so you can play as you know, black, red, blue, green Spyro. From what I remember, Spyro was originally intended to be green, but because of how that sort of clashed with the environment, it didn't really work out. So they changed the colour to purple. I think it's an interesting. To be honest, I find that quite intriguing, really, because I can't. I mean, first of all, having a sort of dragon as a protagonist, as a playable protagonist in a platform game. Well, we haven't really sort of seen that done elsewhere, besides in fan games that were inspired by Spyro. But a purple one as well. I actually like the colour scheme as well. It's not just purple; it's the gold horns, it's the orange wings. I haven't really talked about Spyro's character model either. I mean, it's okay. It's definitely not one of my favourite ones by any means. Very well crafted though. I mean, the more I saw of it, the more I sort of got used to it as well. I'm a bit disappointed that there's some details missing. Like I remember, like one of the things I liked about the original games was how detailed the character model was. Like all the individual spines and things, like all the spines and scales and all those minute details were very well placed in the PlayStation. But like here, you've just got like patches of scales and whatnot, and tufts. I don't think I'm going to make this jump. Oh, only just. Oh, it could have been 50-50 then. But yeah, it could have been. Like, yeah, I think Spyro's model could have been better, but honestly, I'm not too bothered about the character model now. The animations, I think the jump animation's quite fine. The moving animation is a bit too bouncy for my liking. But I can deal with it. The charge animation as well feels like a charge. I mean, a bit too slippery for a charge, but the feel is different. But the no, I'm not going to make that. I didn't think I would. But the animation itself is actually quite is there definitely. I think Spyro's had a bit of trouble with charge animations in quite a few games, but no, in this one, looks fantastic. Let me check something very quickly. I do apologise for this. Everything seems to be in order. Just wanted to make sure I click the audio button, so that it was recording my voice. I'm very conscious about that when I record. It's like, is everything on? Because I've got to deal with the webcam, the microphone, this recording, on a software that seems that I've honestly not had that great a time with at times, and it's an hour long. There's a lot that can go wrong.
incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
So we've got all the dragons in the zone. How many gems? We've got 275 gems. We need 12,000 to move on to the next one. We've got 1,875 out of 12,000 total treasure. We only need 25 gems from the zone. Are there any challenges for us here? No, there aren't. It's just Dr. Shemp that we need to complete a challenge for. Now, you don't need to 100% complete the game to really see the last boss, but there is a special level which I would like to show everyone towards the end. Hopefully it's not too bad, but we shall see. You've already seen how I sometimes struggle with the planes in the flight levels, so maybe that might be a bit of an issue in the final one. I shan't spoil anything though, and I would appreciate it if others didn't for other people, because I do like those little things towards the end, those little end game treats. Which way am I going now? I'll go this way, aren't I? Pretty sure I am. But yeah, once again the devs have. Oh no, I'm not going this way, am I? Sorry. Oh, I could just have a look around a bit more though. Astonishing detail. Yeah, the devs have really outdone themselves. Not too pleased with the 30 FPS, admittedly. I mean, I'm not going to say that the game is unplayable or anything like that. I am used to my not even 60 FPS, 144 FPS. Now I'm playing on a monitor that's capable of 144 frames per second. The difference is night and day between 60 and 140, but honestly, I can live with it here. It would just do this, like the motion blur and such a service. It would such a good service, and make the game so much more appealing. I've never played Spyro besides Spyro Hero's Tale in 60 FPS. I can't imagine the originals working in 60 FPS. But maybe maybe I might get a PS4 Pro one day, and perhaps this game is enhanced by it, because it does say on the box that it is PS4 Pro enhanced. But I have read numerous reports of it barely maintaining 60 FPS. And I have even heard people saying that this game has trouble maintaining 30 at times. But we shall wait and see. I shan't judge it too harshly. With the first impression I've had, it would be so unfair to do so. I'm not missing anything there, am I? No. Check again. 100% complete the level. Let's move out. I've got so many cables under my desk. I really must get off my arse and actually manage the cables here. In fact, that might be a job for tomorrow. Because it's looking haywire. Because if I knock the Elgato cable out, all that recording is gone. And because of the autosave, not that that's really a negative against the game, but because of the autosave, it's like there's going to be a lot of stuff that I can't sort of re-record and stuff and such. Now I'm going to leave Clifftown until later, because that level is very easy to get lost in. However, we have saved ourselves a bit of time with the 9th flight level. I said that maybe about 2 minutes with how easy it was before. So, Dr. Shemp, unlike Toasty, is the boss you can go to right away. We can confront him immediately. So one of my favourite things to do is I like to make parodies of existing songs. So one of my favourite things is like to take Motorhead songs and rewrite the lyrics to the tune of a Motorhead, like rewrite a Motorhead song, keep the tune. Like kind of like what Al Yankovic does, except not anywhere near as clever, and like put it to video game lyrics. And I rewrote the lyrics of Doctor Love by Motorhead to Dr. Shemp, or Dr. Cool as he's known in Japan. And you will perhaps see why it's called Dr. Cool. So Doctor Who then. The enemies aren't such a pain in the arse here. They've kept the music exactly how it was. I love that. But yeah, they were a bit faster, I think, and a hell of a lot more annoying. Over there is a solitary purple gem, which you couldn't see as well on the original version. And I think that perhaps landed a bit more mystery, where because of the, I guess, longer render distance and perhaps the brighter the effects, the gem is a lot more clear. But yeah, the jumps still feel risky. Of that effect. Yeah. Which I'm not entirely sure I like, but then again, I don't want it to be too easy, because otherwise it's just masturbation.
So cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
So we got a useful hint there. Oh my god. Look at his ass! Yes, he's got an arse, is something that I tend to say quite a lot when I'm playing this. I want to hear his voice now. Ah, I see. So I've got to do it as he makes his attack. Which is basically a free move. I like the little sound that pops out of the enemies as well. Just as threatening as it was before. The environment, I mean. Not the sound that the gems make. I mean, I will say this much. Yes, I think the sound design is... I would say it's a bit off when compared to the originals, but I wouldn't say it's... I wouldn't say it's bad in any way. I'd say it's different, and it works. Oh, Christ, it's asking me to sign in. No, piss off. Right. Forget that. We won't be looking at any trophies then by the looks of things unless I sign into PlayStation, which I'd rather not do right now. I'm not paying my subscription either, so if I'm missing any features of the online, then that might be a bit of a problem. I may sign in towards like the third game or something like that. If there's any achievements I'm missing, and we're coming up to the end of the Let's Play, and I certainly hope we do get to the end, and we're sort of just wrapping up on 100%, like, you know, platinuming as it's called, I think, then yeah. So yeah, I just want to have one last look at this location because it's absolutely astonishing. Like, you've got to realise that this is a, you know, a massive nostalgia trip for me. It's like and I was incredibly skeptical. It's like, to think that I almost didn't want this game to be made because, you know, it simply cannot, almost like by virtue of like this ideological hardline stance, it cannot ever be as good as the originals, and they should never attempt to do it. It's totally ludicrous, and like looking at it now, it's like with Skylanders. It's like, you know, I should be more willing to try new things. I should be more willing to open my eyes to a bit, you know, a bit more nostalgic stuff. Like, I mean, the Medieval remaster, even that I'm still quite skeptical of. I'm like, well, they got to get the jumping right, and they got to make sure that the platforms are correctly placed and all this kind of stuff. But I'm confident that they will, and if Bob and Barn are doing the soundtrack again, it will be glorious. I don't think it'll be as good as the originals, but still. Now, this was one of my top 10 levels of Spyro the Dragon because it's an ice level. Now, this is going to have to do a lot to impress me. Ah, now, first I want to check the sky. Do they have that single star that's was glowing and caught my eye? Doesn't appear as they do. Maybe it'll appear later. Anyway. Now, we're not going to go through the level backwards, although we will go for those extra lives later. How many lives have I got now? 11. Nice. Any skill points here? Nope. Right. I think the projectile speed there was a bit faster. No complaints about the music yet. I'm noticing the drums as well. Ulrich!
Word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
I do like shields in video games, and I love the idea of like smacking a sword on the shield. I love that. So to see a dragon doing that is kind of cool. Oh yes, I cannot play a tank in an RPG unless shield bash is one of the abilities. Oh!
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor. And in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
Shit. Sorry, I just dropped a can of Coke. Alright, anyway. I'm just going to leave it there because I'm an untidy motherfucker. Yes, the music here, again, brilliant. Sort of feels a bit like they're trying to be a bit more epic, when really I think that some of the music was at its finest when it was, you know, more atmospheric. Oh yes, of course I can't break into that. It requires a key. Interestingly, that's the... I say interesting, Christ, it's not interesting at all. I'm focusing more on like trying to find the key than anything else here. Like the animation there as well, very good. Yeah, I'm focused very much on like finding the key. I'm a lot more conscious of it now than I've ever been. Oh yes, one of the fundamentals of Spyro is that large enemies require a flame attack, and smaller ones can be charged or flamed. However, enemies in armor require, you know, can't be flamed, so they have to be charged. However, earlier we saw an enemy that was large and in armor, so by charging them, we can knock them off the edge of the ledge. 27 dragons now. Just want to have a very quick look around. I'm sorry if I'm spending too much time looking at the details, but I am absolutely astonished by the game. It's like I am very much impressed by the developer's ability to recapture that old magic that just I didn't think they would be able to do. Oh shit! I need to go back up again. In fact, I'll just deal with the enemy here. I don't want to do that. I say that, I mean, Spyro's design is like very tempting. Like, you've got all these gems glistening, and it's like, oh, I'll just get this last gem, or I'll do this last thing, or I'll do this, and then eventually you're just gonna just go completely off the rails as to what you were originally planning on doing. Surprisingly, even that was risky. I'm really gonna have to try and make more of an effort to adjust to the game's controls rather than just think, you know, oh, this isn't how it was, therefore it's wrong, you know, because I don't want to be blaming, you know, my deaths on the game incorrectly. The additional camera controls are really nice as well. They serve the game very well. Allow me to see all the lovely details of the game. I'm gonna go back and Yeah, I need to go back and open that chest once more. Love the control in the air while jumping as well. Because you didn't really get to pivot that much. I mean, like, you could jump and charge and jump, and sort of move around. But, no, you didn't really get as much control as this. Perhaps that was a design decision. I know quite a few games like to do that while you're sprinting, you get, you know, sort of less left-right movement, horizontal movement, but yeah, not in this game. You get a lot more movement. I just hope it remains fresh all the way through. I didn't realise I didn't have any health whatsoever, so that's good that we've now topped up. Bats used to be a bit more elusive in the originals, I noticed. God, it's gorgeous. It's so good. I can't believe it. I mean, when I will say this again. When I'd first played, I wasn't like as joyous as this. I was like, well, it's okay. I don't really want to play it, but I'm so glad I've actually managed to stick with it and give it a bit more of a chance. Gloop returns here instead of the bottomless pit. Doesn't matter anyway, it's practically instant death. I don't think the game's going to give me any chances to leap out of it. I wonder if I can get this beastie to knock the gem off the post. No, that's a straight through. What a shame, I was hoping for maybe some kind of trophy for thinking like a clever dick. Apparently not. Yeah, so their aim hasn't necessarily improved. Don't know what that achievement is, I'm assuming it's slay all these enemies without maybe getting hit by a snowball, or... Oh shit, what was I thinking of? Or slay them in record time, I've no idea. Oh, maybe killing the ones on the skis? Who knows? Ragnar!
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
And if I seem to be making any complaints or anything, a lot of them will just be nitpicks. I had a lot of complaints about the Insane Trilogy that were nitpicks, but, you know, still affected my experience to a fair extent. You know, at the end of the day, we all get to decide how we enjoy our games and whatnot.
Thanks for freeing me, Spyro. And now, where was I?
But no, I've had great fun with the game so far. It's like, honestly, any complaints I have are really minor. I mean, the download is a bit of a pisser. Again, I'd really like the option for a 3-disc version. It's obviously too late to do it now, but, you know, the option to have a 3-disc version, maybe even call it Special Edition, that'd be good. I mean, I don't know if that'd even matter anyway, because I think the PS4 requires an update right out of the box. Or if you make a new account. I'm sorry, just trying to find this last gem. I know we are missing some lives. Ah, there we are. Now, there is one thing I need to do before we finish, and it takes us straight to the end of the level as well. All the way back. And need to go down here for 3 extra life. I do like the look there. Not sure if I'm a fan of the hands, if I'm honest. I preferred it when they were just eyes. But otherwise, you know, very good, very fun. If we go again. Now, the portal was originally something you would actually have to leap onto rather than just walk onto like I did there, but still. I'm trying to think of like genuine complaints right now. I mean, the jumps are a lot tighter, I've noticed. I say a lot tighter. I mean, like, only marginally. It's like noticeably, but still marginally. And maybe if you haven't played many the Spyro games often, you know, like as religiously as I do, then it's something you're probably not going to notice, and it's still enjoyable nonetheless. It's like, because Spyro is, especially the first one, it is a very easy game. It's like, there are only a couple of monsters that have good decent reaction times. But what? I mean, that was impressive. I've got to give him that, but not sure. I think that might have been a glitch. Oh yes, the verdict on Ice Caverns being one of my top 10 levels in the game. Yeah, absolutely fantastic, wonderful, lovely created. I don't think there were any sort of unnecessary details like with Dark Hollow. I say unnecessary, it's debatable, I guess, but yeah, I think honestly they did do a good job of making it like the Now, one of the things in this level is these pots have gems in them. So you may have killed all the enemies on the map, but there may be other goodies to be found. But just check this one as well. Also flame the pot as well, that works. This level's a bit of a bastard to navigate, if I'm honest. It's one of my most annoying levels. But again, still I enjoy it, and I think once again it has been like recreated magnificently. I mean, even if I'm saying this much about this game, maybe I really do need to reevaluate my stance on Crash Bandicoot: The Insane Trilogy. Because honestly, it's like, if this came out around that time, I'd probably be nitpicking the shit out of it. Or maybe it's because of the Insane Trilogy that I'm now used to this, and I've sort of changed my stance on like what these remasters are like or not. Just gonna listen to the music while I'm there. Yeah. Again, the sound is just so bassy and perfect in every way.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't work on metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
Sorry telling me this late in the game. Oh, I like the dunes in the background there. That's good. The clouds, no, not a fan of. And, oh, I like that, but that there, not so much. No. Work on it a bit, and yeah, I fall in love with it. Any treasure down there? Yeah, there is. Oh, there's some more here as well. Oh, I like the waterfall. I say waterfall. The Ribena Fall. a gripe. The metal boxes. This is something that had annoyed me right from the start. Is that they have a distinctive lock on them, or at least a very visible lock. They don't need the lock. Like, I mean, the ones that can be charged. I mean, when I talk these boxes here, the shape is exactly the same, but that keyhole there makes me think that I need a key. So I keep avoiding them, not realizing that they're not key boxes. They just have a lock on them. Whereas before, they were just a metal-shaped box.
Hey,
Metal-shaped. A shaped metal box.
Why don't you glide there and find out?
Oh my god, thank God for that. Right, okay. Had an arsehole like a cigar cutter then. I can't believe how tense this game is making me at times. It's like, it's just a very simple jump. It's like something that should be so easy in the originals. It's like, it brings back a feeling that I have not felt in a long time. That tension, that knowing that you might actually fail this jump. It's good to not have that muscle memory. Oh, this game is definitely staying in my game shelf. Birds of a feather. What, just killing the fucking birds. Christ almighty. Boring as you. Oh yeah, I didn't show this earlier. These are back as well, the force fields. Yeah, we won't be seeing many more of them, unfortunately. I should have shown Midstone Hill as well. Now, what's this guy going to say? I think he's got something useful.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind over there.
Oh, you mean that one there, not over there? Gee, thanks. But yeah, now you've got to this point, you can use the whirlwind to get up here instead of having to make the sphincter tightening jump there. And now we're going to discover one of the many secrets of Clifftown is this zone here. I mean, like this. I mean, this might be obscure, but like that's only scratching the surface of like the bullshit in Ukulele and other such collectathons. I say other such collectathons. I mean, I would say that's one of the annoying things in some collectathons, and even then, that's quite rare. Treetops is like the hidden in plain sight sort of stuff. Whereas, I think that the thing we're all thinking of when it comes to Ukulele, that single quill hidden right around the back of one of the first levels, or well, the first proper level. Yeah, that's like testing your instincts as a gamer. Like, you see a ledge, and you know you can go around the edge. Which I think, I mean, it will be fair to Playtonic, is it? Is it Playtonic or Playtronic? I think it's Playtonic. They know how gamers think, you know. They know that you think there's a secret there. It's like, I mean, it takes looking behind the waterfall to another level, or not even that. It's just that it's actually, why am I going all the way back up there? I can just use the whirligig. Yeah, it's like they know how you think, and it takes, yeah. So as I was saying, it takes looking behind the waterfall to a whole other level. Oh, I can make that easy. My God, surprisingly not. That was a close call. Right, I am gonna have to go. I think actually, for that rocket, I do need to go there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, we can use the whirligig here as well. So once you get the top of here, then you get this whirligig. Saves you a lot of running around, which is a shame because it looks nice. Yeah, once again, they've done so well recreating the world. The lighting. Lovely, lovely, gorgeous, fantastic, fantastic! I love it! It's awesome! I mean, Divinity Original Sin 2 makes me feel really good because it's an RPG where if you think you can do it, you can do it. But this is a whole other level. It just brings so many good feelings. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm enjoying this as much as I am. I almost don't like it. And again, this is, I mean, I feel the worst thing I think about this game is that it's by Activision, and I fucking hate Activision as a publisher. I don't think they're the worst publisher in the world. I think that that honor belongs to people like Konami and Warner Brothers. Konami treats their living workers like shit. Warner Brothers treats their dead ones like shit. That's the way I look at it. And I'm not taking the piss out of Michael Forgy, by the way. I did give 40 quid to the charity cause. Because fuck giving £4 to Warner Brothers.
So much stolen treasure.
When they're when the charity's not going to... I'm talking about something completely that you guys have probably forgotten about anyway.
Hop aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
I'm going to stay here for a bit and just have a look. Have we done everything here? In the Peacekeeper's world. We've done everything else as well. Have we done all of the levels? There's got to be one. I keep thinking there's always one more level. There isn't. There isn't any more levels. I think that's it. Yeah, and then... Yeah, that's it. Right, we've done the Peacekeepers. What a shame to leave it back. Oh, shit, I was trying to go into... Oh, well. Fuck it. Right, let's just go into the Magic Crafters now. I was about to say, trying to go into first-person mode. We've got another half an hour left, so we might do some levels in the Magic Crafters. This place is probably going to take a bit of exploration, though. This is where the sort of linearity starts to kick in with Spyro, especially in this hub. We shall see. But yeah, I think the worst thing is, like, it's Activision. I'm supporting Activision by buying this game new. And I did buy it new, because I want to give the money to Activision to let them know that they've got my purchase. If they're going to do more shit like this, I want to see it. And it's just so... Again, I said before, it's so strange that this game is just fun. There's no microtransactions, there's no loot boxes, there's none of this bollocks. Oh, it looks so close and yet so far. I mean, I don't know if it's because of the render distance or if it's because it... No, it's got to be... This map has got to be designed so it's closer. So the balloonist is so close. Anyway. Oh my god, that looks good! I was walking into Ice Crown Citadel then. No king rules forever, my son. Oh, shit! Oh Christ, no. I was trying to... I just thought that was an ordinary foe, but I realised no, he's got metal armour. I also like the boxer shorts they're wearing as well. I want to listen to him die. Yeah, they brought the sound back.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
Yes, I think every dragon wants me to do that. Come here, you blue prick! Ah! Oh. Now, mind I. Not too fond of the music here, but I may have to give it more of a chance if I'm honest. Gotta listen to this guy's laughter. No, that's not right. No. I mean, you can do that if you're quick, but his reaction time there was way too slow. The idea is that he's supposed to bring up a wall that prevents you from going up there. So you got to go all the way around. I say all the way around, it's not that tough. Yeah, reaction times are a bit far slower. They are meant to be tricky, and they are meant to, like, pose a challenge. No, I think they could do with the reaction times going up. So once again, the portal's appearance have changed. Loving it, absolutely loving it. I think this place looks a bit too I'm complaining that it looks too clean now. It looks so different. I mean, this is what I was worried about when it came to the Reignited Trilogy, is that it would look so massively different. And I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I like it. It looks very nice, but it's like, for me, it's not Spyro. Again, beautiful, but not really for me, I don't think. Or dare I say, even no, I'm not going to risk that. Not this game. Let's see if I can get through there. Oh, close. Not close enough. So now we've got to use the supercharge. I might play around with the supercharge for a bit. Oh, we might have some trouble with that. It's good to know now before we go too far. Might have to have a look up and see what's there.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young dragon, earning my wings.
Learn to fly. Got it.
I like his horns there. No symmetry. They've got crystals in the wall, though. They've got the gems in the wall! That's good enough for me! Right, let's carry on. I'd say soldier on, but I think it's a bit too late for that. We're out of the Peacekeeper's world. Again, a bit too slow with the reactions. Kind of mixed feeling, but I mean, I suppose they make up for it in the platforming challenge to an extent. I mean, these aren't major complaints. I mean, I think they might matter to a lot of players. You know, that they expect more challenge, whatever they expect. You know, that this is a chance to make the games harder, or at least give people the option to do that. But yeah.
Thank you, Spyro, for recovering so many of our dragon eggs. Hop aboard for the
So we can just skip this world. In fact, I think we can basically skip, if we've done everything previously, we can skip this world. We can skip... Oh no, I don't think we can skip the Beastmakers. But yeah, like, you can skip the Magic Crafters. Which I think is interesting. It might seem like, you know, that seems like a massive design flaw. I could understand that that idea. But... I mean, being a collectathon, there is going to be a lot of things that some players will be able to get and some won't. Ooh, nice. Open the chest here. We've almost got 19 lives. Sorry, I thought I saw a critter there. I do believe this is where the sort of like artwork of the original artwork for the cover took place. The game's cover took place. You have like Spyro posing in front of these walls here, but I'm not entirely sure. Right, I want to have a bit of play around with the supercharge because I'm determined to get that chest. All right, yeah, now it controls much better. Oh, it feels good! Woo! Oh shit! Ooh, this is Wizard Peak! This is one of my favourite levels. I couldn't get much footage for it because the old Gato fucked up. Let's see if we can enjoy it when the loading screen's over. Give me that intro. Never mind. No, I prefer the original. Let's give it a try now. So that's better. Underwhelming start. Not quite as strong. Fucking hell. The range of that's quite long. And then not a big fan of the creature designs here. I prefer when they were, like, you know, made of snow. This is starting to sound like the problems I have with the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, is that, like, it's a jam session. I mean, now it sounds a bit better. It's like a jam session rather than, like, you know, taking the music seriously. It's not bad, though. See, this part should be really beefy. I'm sorry, I can't deal with this shit, right? No, I've got to have, for once, I've got to have the original. That's what it should sound like. Growling! See, you should be thudding the drums like that. Oh, shit, 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 shit! Shit-ass! Is that the first time we've died? Reignited, I like that. Let's try again. Sorry, I'm just enjoying the music too much to say anything. It really is just that good. He looks badass. I think that enemy is the best one that's been redesigned yet. Yeah. Actually, I will say this much: that the enemies, all of the enemies, look great. I think maybe some of the Norks in the beginning of the game weren't too good. Their reaction times are this, anything, or rather, detection range. I think is that what it would be called? Detection range. How long it takes for the. Or I'll put the original music back on. I'll put the new music back on. I've enjoyed that. But yes, music to me is vitally important in the Spyro game.
Welcome to Wizard Peak. This is my favorite supercharged spot. Use it to bash those wizards.
We certainly will, thank you. Now, we are going to need to use the supercharge here quite a fair bit. So, did I get everything there? Excellent. Bash the wizards. Now, do the same rules of the supercharge apply here? Apparently not. So apparently we can use the supercharge up here, because it would normally just stop you at that point. Right. Oops, steady on. Don't go too fast just yet. We will soon enough. Let's first of all wrap up everything here before we do something daring like go into the distance.
Well done, Spyro. Thank you for releasing me.
Oh my god, is that Medivh? Oh, anyway. Yes, the range of my flame is impressive. I mean, that's not a complaint against the game. That's just me. I think I'm going to have to make him attack first. I am not risking this just yet. I'm not going for that ghost yet. Oh, that was surprisingly easy. He normally gives me a hell of a time. Not today. Ooh, nice, 25. Excellent. This one will hail back to something of old.
Listen carefully, Spyro. There's a secret area in the artisan's home world near the waterfall. Try jumping on the stones there.
Artisan's homeworld? Waterfall. Sounds good.
So a bit of backtracking for you there. I have to admire this though, that if you have some cunning in the original game, you can hop on the 5 stones, and you can unlock the level automatically without knowing that. So that was good. So it's not telling you that like, you have to do this lobby on like later Spyro games, like Spyro 2. You need the climb ability in like the first lobby, but you only unlock it in the second one. Well, I say you need it. It's like to 100% complete the game you do. To get all. Now I wonder if there are any challenges here, because I don't think I've actually checked the guidebook for this zone yet. High caves, blow hard, ride a druid platform for 10 seconds. No electric floor demo. Oh. Alright, okay, we're going to find a hidden painting in high caves. Make sure there's no gems here left. No. Let's return. I'm gonna listen to the music while we do this now. Wish me luck. Perfect. In fact, I'm even more confident about treetops because of that. Where's that critter? I'm missing something. That guy over there. Because we fucked up earlier. Fucking hell! That was particularly brutal. Right, so I need to go right back to the start. I mean, this is something I have to praise Crash Bandicoot on, is the checkpoint crates. Like you didn't just automatically get the checkpoint as such. It's like you could choose to skip a checkpoint and come back to it later, which was really good for backtracking in the levels. Whereas in Spyro, when you rescue a dragon, yeah, it's like your checkpoint. But then again, that's, you know, I guess it's the same system, really, isn't it? Yeah. One that's I think been lost to the annals of gaming time. There we go. No, apparently that's not it. Okay, I'm starting to run out of ideas as to where the final gems would be. I'm going to just very quickly have a once over. Check every nook and cranny, kill every enemy, just be absolutely sure. Process of elimination and all that. Spyro's life icon is different. In fact, well, I said I'm going to start this UI. It'll be here forever. Yes, if you don't know, the old UI used to be green and gold. Green background and gold blocky text. Like, if you thought that might have been bad. Oh, no. It was horrendous. Oh, God. And it's like trying to read, like, the status screens and, like trying to read this. This was horrible. And I think it, like, sort of shifted from left to right as well. Now, I think I might have missed these gems maybe because they're hiding in the foliage. I'm not entirely sure. That can be this a bit of drinking game. I'm not entirely sure. Look at these last 4 gems be. I have to find them in the next 3 minutes, though. Christ. I would like this to be consistent for once, the times, that is. Like, that's gonna happen. Maybe here? Ah, I know where they'll be! In the same place where I always struggle to find them. They're here. Always, like, because you leap over them. So Sparks doesn't pick them up. I think they did that on purpose. The wily pricks. Ah, dear. Well, anyway, so I think I'm going to call it there for a bit of Spyro the Dragon. Unless I could spend a bit more time looking for some gems here. I've got a feeling we missed a chest. Gonna have a quick look around because I don't think we've covered everything about this level yet. It's a shame to end because I'm having so much fun, but I can't record and let the video render at the same time because I don't want to risk it breaking or whatever. Where could the last gems be? They're out here, aren't they? Missing 2 gems. It's got to be something like an enemy then. Or, I wonder if I missed it. It must have been early on. I don't think it would have been. I mean, it could be anywhere. It could be at the middle, beginning, or end. That's not really helpful, is it? Alright. I mean, the video's over at this point, but yeah, if you're going to carry on watching me ramble, then that's ridiculous. I doubt we're going to find these last few gems. I want to check back over here. Shit, never mind. Right, we won't be checking back over there then. Behind the portal, maybe? No. No, it's not there. I thought I had a gem there. No, it was a zap from one of the fairies. Ah, was it up here? Yes, it was! Let's get the last dragon as well.
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent!
Go ahead, try it.
Right, so we're the supercharge. So, I think that's it for the time being. I might have time to do one more part today. And then that'll be it for the day, which is a shame because I love this so much. I want to keep on playing. But it's like, no, I want my first impressions to be as fresh as possible. I want to capture them. So yes, again, thank you ever so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. And I hope to see you again in part 3. Again, assuming this one goes up. Alright, that's it for me. And I will see you later. Ta for now.